Earlier in this year, we had rotation, where they brought out a bunch of cards that just weren't fitting the format, but I would go as far to argue that they missed a few. Some just restrict deck building too much, some mismatch region, and some are just not fun to play against. Either way, here are some cards that I'd like to get rid of. Starting with Mystic Shot. Have you ever made a PNC deck that doesn't involve Mystic Shot? Quick answer, no, you haven't. Of course you had this card. It's the best card. It's too good, in fact. It gatekeeps the crap out of High Note, Violent Discord, Time Rewinder, Aftershock, Piltover Peacemaker, Stump Fumes, and Rocket Barrage. These cards will never be considered for anything as long as Mystic Shot is in rotation. Unless it's as secondaries to the Mystic Shots, because you can only include 3 Mystic Shots, but trust me, if you could include more, you would. Quite frankly, it's too good. Get it out of here. Champion Strength. Oh boy. Champion Strength. Have you ever built a deck and then thought to yourself, what's my finisher gonna be? Well, wonder no longer, because Champion Strength is in rotation. And as long as it is, no other finisher will ever even come close. 9 mana is just way too little. If you value each of its effects, it's at least a 12 mana spell. At least. Quite frankly, it's never seen a day where it isn't top tier. I don't see the reason it should stay. Get him out of here. Vengeance. You know, much like Mystic Shot, Vengeance is just one of these cards that you just add into the deck before you even figure out what the deck's about. I mean, how many times have you not started building a deck and you just add in triple Vengeance and you're like, alright, let's figure out, what are we doing here? Are we making this a Vault deck? Are we making this a Senna deck? You know, what are we doing? But at that point you already have Vengeance in because it's too good, it's an auto-include. Which sucks because, you know, the Shadow Isles has so many cool kill cards like Dawning Shadow, Piercing Darkness, Despair, Crumble, Thread the Needle, and the Ether Fiend? Either Fiend? Whatever. The point is, Vengeance gatekeeps the crap out of deck building. Shouldn't be here, get out. Noxian Fervor. Dude, this card is just not in theme with what Noxus has got going right now. They are all about those minion-heavy boards, killing you through the board, or potentially a Decimate now and again. But this fast to deal 3 damage to anything, it's just like, makes no sense. It's also just really unfun, because it gives them potential 9 damage of extra reach, which they shouldn't have access to. I thought it was going to be rotated out the first time around, just because it doesn't quite fit. But second time around, good a time as any. Augmented Experimenter. There's not much to say about this card. It makes discard just too good. The weakness of discard has always been that you run out of cards, but you're not running out of cards with the new weapon and Jinx and a million other ways of drawing cards the game has. Augmented Experimenter just makes it so that you get to activate all your discard synergies, deal 3 damage, and draw 3 cards. It's ridiculous. It just doesn't fit, it's too much of a wild card, so move it to wild. The Rekindler. Dude, this card is so annoying. It's like, it's completely out of theme with what the region wants to do. Shadow Isles has never had a bunch of protection for their champions. It's always been one of their major weaknesses, and the Rekindler essentially functions as a hourglass for a champion, where you just bring him back the next turn, stronger than ever. You know, revives should be at most ephemeral. This guy just does not fit the bill. On top of that, he completely ruins the Vaults of Helia interaction. You know, the point of the card is that, the Vault card is that you're meant to be losing your board to gain more, you know, value, and you sort of slowly build up this encroaching deck, but it's at a cost, you know, it comes at a cost, and you need to have a board for it to work. And then you have things like the Rekindler, who just completely removes interaction. Now it's no longer about sacrificing to build so that you can build better, it's just build better without the sacrifice. Ruin's a really cool card for the Rekindler. Like, who cares about this guy? Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Deny. Dude, the region has more than enough anti-interaction stuff, and other cool cards like Notify, All-Seeing Oracle, Memory's Cloak, you know, they could take over. We don't need Deny, it's too much of an all-purpose card at the moment, and it's just not very fun to go up against. That's it. Concussive Palm. Yeah, it's one of these cards that just also removes interaction. It just feels like a wild card, honestly. You could argue that this one should stay in. Maybe I'm just coping on this, but I don't like it. Get him out of here.